Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to make a sweater dress. So if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love what you see and you will be able to make one of your own. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for always being here. So I will be listing in the description box more information about this video, so make sure you check that out. So I will be using a 5.5mm crochet hook. You will need scissors, darning needle, and also a measuring tape. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, to begin, we will start off by making a slip knot. So I am using a 5.5mm crochet hook. If you want a tighter ribbon, you can use a size 5 crochet hook. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to chain 12. So if you want your ribbon to be longer, you can go ahead and chain 20 or 15. It doesn't really matter. So let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this is the length of what the ribbon will be. So if you want it to be longer than this, you can go ahead and chain more. So now that I have done so, we're going to do single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook in the second chain from the one in the hook here and pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. You're going to continue doing that all the way down to the end. You should have a total of 11 stitches. So I'm going to do that and I'll see you at the end. Guys, and now I have come to the end, and again, this is the length of what the ribbon is. Now you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and I am making an oversized sweater dress. So I will be listing on the screen more information for other sizes so you can follow along. So I am just going to go into the back loop, pull up a loop, and make a single crochet. So if you don't know what the back loop is, it's the ridges that are on this side, and the ones that are pointing up towards you, these are considered your front loop. So you're just going to go into the back and make your single crochet. So I am going to do this, I am making the size large, so I'm going to do this until my ribbon reaches 51 chains. I'm saying chains, but 51 in length or width. I should say width, in width. So continue to do this as I stated until you get to your desired width. I will put that on the screen so you can follow along. So there it is. All you're doing is just repeating this same exact thing until you get to the end. So I'll see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end of making my 51 chains. So now I am just going to go ahead, chain 1, and we will be working 2 half double crochet into each and every row here. So into this first one, we are going to yarn over, go into that stitch and place 1 and 2. Into the next stitch, the next row, which is here, we're going to yarn over and we're going to place 2 half double crochet. Make sure that you go like to the extreme top when you're making your stitches, and you're just basically going to continue. Let me just redo this. And you're basically going to continue doing half double crochets into each and every stitches until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. I mean each and every row, sorry about that. So each one of these ridges are considered 2 rows inside. So this is how you count it. This is like 1 right here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 14, 16, 18, 20, that's 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then the one that is here, that's 51 in total. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm just placing my last half double crochet here, and you should have a total of 102 stitches on top here. So now I am just going to chain one and turn my work. So we will be doing the Suzette stitch. So into that first stitch, you are going to place one single crochet. Into that same stitch, you're going to yarn over and place a double crochet. You're going to skip one, go into the next stitch, and you're going to place a single crochet. Into that same stitch, you're going to yarn over and place a double crochet. Then you're going to skip one, go into the next, single crochet, followed by a double crochet in the same stitch. And this is how you will continue to work your stitches. Skipping one, going into the next, make a single crochet, and then a double crochet in the same stitch. Continue doing that all the way until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I have 2 stitches here remaining. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to go into the next one, and I'm going to place a single crochet, and that comes to the end of our row. So you will basically end your row like this. So for each row that you go up into, you will end with one single crochet, and then you will start your Suzette stitch all over again. You will notice that it looks crimpy right now, but as you go along, it will stretch out like that, and you will see the body of the sweater. So I went ahead and I made the back panel. So this is the front panel that I will be working on. So let me just show you what the back panel looks like. So it is quite big. So there it is. You can see the texture. So once we make both panels, we will lay them together and then sew them on, and then we'll make the sleeve and so on. So I did 28 inches in length, and that is measuring from, let me just fold it in half so you can see. So this is the end part here. So you're gonna measure from here right up to the top, and you will get your measurement. So this is 28 inches in length, and for the back panel you will do the same. For the front panel, depending on how deep you want the V at the neck lining to be, you can stop at 25 inches or you can stop at 24 inches. But what I will do is I will stop at 24 inches in length of the front panel, and once I'm at my 24 inches, then I will meet back with you and I will show you how to work on the remaining part of the panel. So you will split it in half, and you will work one side, and then you will rejoin your yarn and work the other side. So I'm just gonna go ahead, continue doing this, working up my rows until I get to 24 inches in length. So I'll see you there. So for the other sizes, I will put that on the screen so you can follow along. So to begin the second row of the Suzette stitch, you will chain one, turn your work. Into that first stitch, you will place one single crochet followed by one double crochet into the same stitch. Now you will see 2 stitches here. You will skip one, and then you will repeat the same thing. So just as we were doing before, we're repeating the same exact thing. Skipping one stitch, going into the next, placing one single crochet followed by a double crochet in the same stitch. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of my 24 inches. So guys, and now I have come to the end of making my 24 inches in length. So what we're gonna do is to finish off this last row here. We end off with one single crochet, but because we want to have 102 stitches here, because if I end off with only one, because I'm skipping this one, it's gonna eliminate a stitch, so we're gonna have 101 stitches here. So we don't want to have that. We want to have 102 stitches. So instead of doing the single crochet, we're just going to place one single crochet and then a double crochet into that same stitch, just to get back our stitch count. Now you're going to chain a 1. So I went ahead and I marked my stitch marker, so you should have 51 stitches from here to here and 51 stitches from here to here. So when you're doing your Suzette stitch, you will end off with the one single crochet. So I am just going to go ahead, I chain my 1, and I'm going to skip 1 here. So I'm skipping, usually we would just start into this one by making a single crochet and a double crochet, but now we will skip 1 and go into the next stitch here, and we're going to place our first single crochet and a double crochet into that same stitch. Then you're going to skip 1, go into the next and make your Suzette stitch, and you're going to continue this all the way until you get to this stitch marker, and I'll meet you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end of where my stitch marker is, and I'm just going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to place 1 single crochet there. We're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, now that I have turned my work, we are going to place 1 single crochet followed by a double crochet in the same stitch. Then 1 single crochet, so you're skipping 1, then 1 single crochet followed by a double crochet in the same stitch, skip 1, repeat the same thing until you get to the end. So this is basically how you're going to start and end your row once you get here. So I'm going to continue doing this and I'll meet you back here. So guys, and now I have come to the end and I have my 2 stitches here remaining, and I'm just going to finish off with a single crochet, and this is the edge of this row. So you're basically going to continue doing this, as I stated, until you get to 4 inches in length. Once you finish this side, you will reattach your yarn either here or on the end part here, and continue repeating the same thing until you get to your next 4 inches for your panel. So I will continue to do this and I will meet you at the end of my rows. So guys, now I've come to the end and I'm just gonna make my last single crochet here, and I'm just gonna chain 1 and fasten off. So I have gone ahead and make my neck lining. So what I did was to count 17 stitches from here to here, and the same on this side, 17 stitches from here to here for the neck lining. And I did lay my back panel down, so when you open, this is gonna be the neck opening here. So when you lay your front panel on top of the back panel, you will just eyeball it to see how much stitches is next to where you have placed your stitch marker on the front panel, and once you have count those stitches in the back, then you will place your stitch marker. So from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, let me just recount, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17, and if you notice, that falls right on top of where we just did. And for this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 and 17. So those are marked into place. You can go ahead and do so. So now what we are going to do is we are going to sew up here all the way down here, and we're going to do that on the next side as well. So you're just going to go ahead and rejoin your yarn. You can either use your darning needle, or you can use your hook to do this. So I'm just rejoining here. Chain 1, give this a tie. And now that I've done so, I am just going to go ahead and slip stitch into both loops on each side. So through here and through here. And you're going to do that all the way down until you get to here. Then you're going to fasten off, rejoin your yarn on this side, and repeat this on the other side here, and repeat the same thing. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to make my last stitch here. Chain 1 and fasten off. So I've sewed up both shoulder, and this is the opening. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to rejoin our yarn. So for either size that you're making, you're just gonna repeat the same thing. I am not sure how many stitches you would have for the other sizes, but you can count your stitches for the neckline here. But you can count your stitches and see how much you're gonna get. I am just gonna go ahead, attach this yarn. I should do this on the right side. Let me just turn it over. So there it is. And this is where we join, so it's looking super cute. So I am gonna start from this end. So you're just gonna follow the same instruction and what to do. So now that I have attached my yarn there, I am just gonna place one single crochet into that same stitch, followed by one double crochet. And then I'm gonna skip one, go into the next, and continue to make my Suzette stitch. So I'm going to continue to do that until I get to this corner here, and I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have reached the corner, and I have this stitch here, and I have one here that is showing, and this is the stitch that we actually sew into. So I am just going to skip this one, going to the next, and make our Suzette stitch. Then I'm going to skip this one here, and then I'm going to go into this one and make our Suzette stitch. Skip one, go in the next, make my Suzette. So you're going to continue doing that all the way around until you get to the next corner here, and I'll meet you there. So guys, and now I have come back to the next corner, and I'm going to skip this stitch and then go into this one and make my Suzette stitch. Now we have 1, 2. So what we're going to do is we are going to eliminate this one, and we're going to go directly over this one here, and we're going to place one single and then a double, and then continue skipping one, going to the next, So we're almost at the end. Skip one, going to the next. Again. Skip one, going to the next. Skip one, going to the next. And now we have 2 stitches remaining, and we're going to place 1 single crochet into that last stitch. So you can see now our work is more even. So that extra stitch, I just eliminated that one because it would have caused problems. So it's best to just eliminate it. So if you are doing your stitches and you notice that for the other sizes as well, you can do the same. So we're just going to continue doing this all the way around to work up the hood of the of your sweater. And once you are at the desired length, then I will meet back with you. Once I am at my desired length, then I'll meet back with you. So I will just continue to do so, going back and forth, back and forth. Remember, you start, once you finish a row, you start off back with a single crochet, then a double crochet into that same stitch, and just basically repeat the same step all over until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end of making the hood, and this is what it looks like so far. So you can see this V part here. So what we're gonna do is, this is on the right side, so we want to see the top of the hood. So what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna pull up on my yarn. We are going to fold the hood backwards like this. And then once we have it done so you can see, we're folding it backwards. So once you have done so, then you are going to go ahead and insert your hook into both loops on this side and into your yarn and pull through, chain 1. You can go back into that stitch, or you can just go ahead and continue making slip stitch into each and every stitch until you get to the end. So you're making a slip stitch into all the stitches. Let me just redo this. So all the stitches to here. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just making my last slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1, and I already fastened off. So we can weave this tail end in afterwards. So there it is. And when you flip it back over, that's the right side of the hood. So you can see how nicely sewed that is. So the hood is now completed, and now we are going to move on to make the sleeve. So I'm just going to lay this aside for now. So I went ahead and I made one of the sleeve, and this is what it looks like. So because it's an oversized sweater dress, the width of the dress will measure you, it will come close to your elbow. So like here, it will come close to here. So you want to make sure when you're making your sleeve, it is coming close like this. So hope you can see. So like this. So this sleeve is measured 12 inches in length, and if you're doing the same size that I am doing, you can do the same exact thing. So there it is. So I leave a long tail end here because I'm going to use that to sew on my sleeve. So I am just going to rejoin my yarn, or I should say I'm going to make a slip knot. And we're going to start with the ribbon of the sleeve. So it depends on how big your wrist is. So I did a total of 25 rows. Make sure that your row is an odd number, and so that we can do our Suzette stitch nicely. So I am just going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 13. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13. So now that I have my 13, this is going to be the length of the ribbon. So if you want the ribbon to be a little bit longer, you can just add a little bit more chain. So now you are going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, and make a single crochet, and you're going to make a single crochet into each and every stitch, just as we did when we were starting the panels, the front and the back panel. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way to the end, and I'll see you there. Guys, now I've come to the end, and this is what the first row of my ribbon looks like. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work into the back loop here. We are going to work 1 single crochet into each and every stitch. You can use your stitch marker to mark your last stitch if you are not an experienced crocheter, so that you won't miss your stitch, but it is optional if you want to use a stitch marker. So I am just going to continue doing this all the way down to the end, and you should have a total of 12 stitches because we did 13 and we skipped 1. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just finishing on my last stitch. Chain 1, turn my work, and repeat the same thing all over. So as I told you before, I did a total of 25 rows, and that is what I will do now to complete my next sleeve. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get to 25 rows, and then I will meet back with you. So you can measure your wrist as you go along to see how much row you want to have on your ribbon. That can fit your arm, but you can see I have a tiny arm here, so I am doing 25. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end of my ribbon, and this is what it looks like when you fold it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work single crochets on the top of each row here, but I will be putting 2 single crochet in each row. So to count your rows, each one of these ridges that you're seeing here is considered 2 rows. So this is 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16 18 20, 2 4 and 1, make it be 5. So that's 25 rows in total. So now what we're going to do is I am not going to chain 1. I'm just going to go immediately into that row, and I'm going to place 2 single crochets into the next row, 2 single crochets. So whatever amount that you have, make sure that it ended off with an odd number. So I will be doing this until I get to 49. So in my last row here, I will do just one single crochet. So the rest of the rows will have 2 single crochets in each. So I'm going to continue doing this. So for whatever size that you're making, you can follow the same step. I'm not sure how many ridges, how many rows you will have, depending on what size you're doing, or how wide is your wrist, I should say. So continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of this row. So guys, now I am in my last row here, and I am just going to go ahead and place 1 single crochet, and I have a total of 49 stitches. So you can go ahead and make sure you count your rows so that you have your correct number of stitches. So now into that first stitch, we are going to make a single crochet. So just as we did when we were making our Suzette stitch, we're just continuing to do so, making Suzette stitch all the way across. Skip 1, going to the next, single crochet followed by a double crochet in the same stitch. Skip 1, go in next, and repeat that all the way until you get to the end, where you will end off with 1 single crochet. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to place my last stitch, which is a single crochet, chain 1 and turn, and repeat the same steps until your sleeve get to the desired length. So as I stated before, you can measure it on your arm as you go along. So I'm just going to continue doing this until my sleeve gets to 12 inches in length, and then I will meet back with you and I'll show you how to attach your sleeve. I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my sleeve, and it is measuring 12 inches in length, just as I did with the other one. So let me just do the measurement so you can see. So from here to here, it is measuring 12 inches in length. So I did already install the other sleeve on the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your sleeve down like this. So this is the side that, this is the other side of the sweater. And you are going to place your sleeve down just like this. So let me just turn this around. So if you notice with the Suzette stitch, each sets of Suzette stitch looks like a block. So I have 24 blocks here. So for each side you should have 12 blocks. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to count to make sure that it is even. So and once it is even, then I will mark my stitch marker where I need it to be done. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So I know that it is in sequence here. So I am just gonna mark with my stitch marker. So one here, one here, and the other one will be right at the end of this block here. So make sure that your wrong side is facing upward to you. So this is on my wrong side here, facing upward. So I'm just gonna pinch it just like this, and we're gonna slip stitch from here to the next end here. So I'm just gonna turn mine around. It is quite big, so I'm not able to put all of this on the table. So I am slip stitching from this end. So let me not remove my stitch markers yet. Okay, I'm just trying to get comfy. I'm just gonna pull up on my yarn there so I can get a better leverage. So I'm removing my stitch marker and I'm going into my first part here, and I'm gonna pull through my yarn. Okay, so now that I have done so, I'm just going to chain one, and into each single crochet that is on the side here, we're just going into the edge of that and into the stitch on the sleeve. So into each stitches on the sleeve, you will just go into that and make a slip stitch. So just like that. Continue doing that all the way until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to go ahead and make chain one there, fasten off, and pull up on my yarn. So now we are going to join the entire sleeve and both panels together. So to do so, and do not turn your work over, let it stay on the wrong side. So we are going to rejoin our yarn in the ribbon area here and go all the way up and finish off at the end of the sleeve here. So what you're going to do is, just to make sure that everything is in sequence, you are going to use your stitch marker just to mark, just to hold your work into place, to help you stitch your work correctly. So I am using the stitch marker to join exactly into the arm, into the joining of the sleeve here, and I'm using one here at the ribbon, so when we are doing our stitches, the work doesn't get all wanky and part of it looking slant and all of that. So now we are going to rejoin the yarn here, going into the first loop here and the first stitch on this side. Let's give that a tie. You can chain one and then give it a tie. Okay, so now that is secured, you are just basically going to go into each and every stitch on the ribbon and do a slip stitch. And you're just going to basically continue doing that all the way up, slip stitching on the edges. Go all the way up until you reach back down to the end of your ribbon for the arm, for the sleeve. So I will see you at the end there. So guys, now I have come to the end and I'm making my last slip stitch there, and then I'm going to chain one and then fasten off. And our sweater is completed. All we have to do now is just weave in our tail ends and turn our work over. Just take your time and go into this, the ridges here, and weave in your tail end. Make sure you don't pull too tight. So I'm just going to continue weaving in all my tail ends, and once I am done, I'll just show you what my sweater looks like. So you can go ahead and do so. Finish weaving in all your tail ends. So I'll see you there. So guys, this is the end look of our sweater. This is the hood and the little V part there, and the sleeve. So I love the way how this sweater came out. It is quite big. You're not able to see so much of it. And there is the ribbon of the end part here. So guys, I hope that you were able to make one of these sweater dress on your own. And I hope that everything was straightforward and easy to follow. So thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Until next time, bye.